Hello, this is Kane, back for part 2 of the Enhance Tools Character Creator. In the first video, we created the prefab that includes all of the meshes, including the equipment and hair and facial hair. In this video, I'm going to show you how to turn that into an actual character. So we'll go to the Enhance Tools menu at the top, go to Character Creator. We'll just dock the game window next to the game window, and then drag in the prefab that we created and click Create Character. This will load up the character in the game window and disable all the skin mesh renders, so no textures or anything. And then we'll go through each option here and I'll show you how it works. So we have some separate options if they're male or female. So depending on the gender of the character model that you're using, the females have the earrings and piercings if you use the additional content pack. And then you can either use a whole outfit in a single scriptable object, or you can break it into pieces. So if you want to mix and match different items from different sets. But I'll show you how it works as an example. So these are lists of scriptable item lists. So we would go down and find the human outfits. Well, first of all, you have to set a base mesh, which controls the skin tone, the face that they have, and the undergarments. And then you would select the eyes, which is just another scriptable item list that contains all of the materials for each color. Same way with the skin tone. These are all the same for hair, beard, all the equipment slots. There's actually lists of items. So for the outfits, I've created one single scriptable object that controls the whole outfit. And then you can change the color of the whole outfit. If you want to do it in individual pieces, then you just change it to pieces. So let's pick the chests, and you can go through and see, well, there's chest 1, chest 2, chest 3, and then you can cycle through the colors. Same way with pants, add-ons, tabards, capes, everything. I've broken the gloves down into gloves as a single piece, which I'll show you here. So the gloves and the bracers are actually a single piece, but if you want them to be separate, just change the bracers and hands, select the bracers list, peasant, whatever color, hands, list, and you can see there, you can separate them out in different colors. The hands and bracers add-on, pants add-on, chest add-on, those are all part of the items in the additional content packs, so the additional outfits. So I have options here for them as well. But we'll just set it back to gloves. Same way with shoulders, which there's not any shoulders that is included with the peasant pack, but you can separate them into a right and left shoulder. So if you only wanted to have one shoulder equipped, that's how some NPCs are in like games like World of Warcraft. But let me show you how the actual scriptable object works. So I will be including the pre-created scriptable items for each pack, but we'll go through what the options are on the left here. So the item list controls which item you want to turn on as far as material here, mesh and material. So on the bracers, oops, let's go back to bracer peasant. Let me lock that. So this tells the system to take the, let me set this other window here so you can see. The bracer naked turns on that skin mesh render and uses whatever material is selected. Doesn't really apply to this window here because we're not actually looking at that piece, but I'll show you how to create one from scratch. So say you want to create a new chest piece. You would just right click, create, enhance, and then create item. Name the item human chest, peasant So let's say 505. Open up the actual item here, name it the same thing in the name field. That's just there so you can see the string name in the editor. And then we're going to, before we add which mesh that we want to change, we're going to go to the item list for chests, add an additional chest, and choose the new one that we just created. So we'll go back to chest 5. So the mesh that we want to change, well, we want to change this to chest 5. So there's got to be a single mesh there or else it'll show up blank. So the mesh we want to change is going to be torso. You can look on the left here to see torso underscore peasant. And we want to turn on, let's say number 2. Because that mesh actually replaces the normal naked torso, we can disable the naked torso here by clicking this button. But first we need to assign a material. So anything that is going to show skin tone, it has to have 2 materials. The first one is the body material, and the second one is the corresponding piece for that slot. So they're separated into, I think for chests, yes, chests are separated into separate materials for the chest. We're going to do mesh 2, so let's do blue. And it doesn't matter what you select here, it'll automatically pull it from the base at the top. So as long as it has body in the name, it doesn't matter. You can see it doesn't actually change the color. And then if you want a color variation of that, you just add an additional element, change the material from blue to red, change the blue to blue red there. And then now you can change the color of the material via the inspector. So if the item has more than one piece that's part of it, like 2 shoulders, or in this case, like this torso has the additional piece here, you would just change it to torso additional peasant. That'll enable that material. This one only uses 1 material, so you just delete the first one. And it actually changes it from the set. That piece is actually, material is the set piece, not the one for the chests. So it really depends on what pieces you want to turn on, what materials they are, and how they're named from Nhance. But you can see when I change the piece, it changes the colors of both. It's like this one is a different material, or different mesh plus material. But down here you can disable pretty much anything. So let's go back to chest 5, right? So say the item that you wanted to add, it was going to clip through the hair. Well, you can disable the hair, which he doesn't have any up there currently, but you could disable the hands if it was gloves. Let's close this window. Put this back over here. As you can see, you can disable feet, legs, whatever. So it depends on, most commonly used is whenever you turn on a helmet, you need to turn off the hair because it's going to clip through it. That's kind of the basics. You just add the mesh that you want to, the name of the mesh. It is case sensitive, so it has to match what it is here. And then that will enable or disable, like we want to disable the torso on that one because it uses a different mesh. But it's real simple to use. I will include, like I said, all of the prefabs or the pre-created scriptable lists and all the scriptable items that come with that appearance. So when you purchase additional packs, all you will have to do is go into the item lists, like say boots, add an additional item to the boots, and then add, there would be one there that say boots cleric or footman or whatever. But that's a basic rundown of how it works. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me in Discord. Thank you.